Soham S asked, why do you guys think Scoot Henderson has struggled so far? I mean, I guess there's only one Scoot in the league. I mean, guys, it's hard to play point guard in the NBA. I think if you've got one takeaway from watching Scoot, that's it. I mean, it's hard, especially if your shot's not there.
I think part of it is the early season injury too. Like, kind of missed a lot of time to start the season. I think kind of set him back in those regards. I think it's like you said, it's hard to play point guard in the NBA. It's also not a very good team, and I think there's a lot of stuff with what you're watching in that regard. And I also think he's going up against expectations that were probably unfairly placed on him.
And a lot of this, let's be honest, the comparison between what Wemby is doing, what Chet is doing. I mean, it's just that's really part of it. I mean, he's having a bad season. Scoot is, Seth. But part of it is that these other guys have been so incredible that he looks worse.
And especially like point guard is a hard position in the NBA. He does not have the overwhelming sort of size to fall back on as a crutch. And some guys it takes some time. I mean, I was certainly willing to, or on the verge of, writing Jalen Suggs off, for example. And you look, and he's been great for Orlando for a lot of this year. And I'm not saying that Scoot is necessarily, well, he was bad like Jalen Suggs was, so he's going to be fine. But I think that, especially as you say, injured, shot not there, bad team with some both roster and I would say strategic issues. It's been a tough rookie year for him, but rookies are bad and they are bad in different ways. And he's been bad in a way that has sort of exposed him more than others.
And I think we're going a little bit too far into like, how bad is he and things like that. When you're looking at what he's done since the new year, I mean, he's averaging almost 6 assists a game, just kind of just under that. His scoring average is up and that stuff, not efficient shooting wise and whatnot. But again, we would expect that from a rookie. Like I don't know what honestly, close to 6 assists a night from a rookie as a point guard. I don't wouldn't even consider it that bad. I say he's just fine, and he's just got to give him time to figure out his niche. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a massive second half of the season where we start to see a lot more confidence and a lot more comfortable play from him in that regard. I think it's a lot, again, I just think the expectations might have been, and I'm partly to blame, the expectations might have been a little bit too high for him. And then again, what this team ended up being.
I mean, aside from Wemby and Chet and sort of what Miami has gotten from Jaime Jaquez, like, has this been
he went to a stupid school?
I guess we
I have to do it.
I should have included that in his name. Jaime went to a stupid school, Jaquez, just for you, Mo. But but how many rookies have really shown out this year?
It's funny because I think we've one, if Asur Thompson doesn't land in Detroit, he probably shows out. But right. Monty Williams has a thing yes. about he has an age requirement to play in the NBA, apparently, one of his own that's different to everybody else in the NBA. I think there's a lot of stuff, like Amin Thompson's kind of been a little bit injured. And again, trying to figure stuff out. Brandon Miller he's on Charlotte. Anybody even really watching either, it's Charlotte who's really paying attention, but he's been decent. I think there's been stuff there. But
Podziemski has been
he's been fine. Like, he's been good as a rookie kind of coming in. I think there's just guys that were, Bilal Coulibaly has shown flashes, but again, he's on Washington, who's really watching them frequently, unless you're an absolute psycho. Sorry, Wizards fans. I think there's just an element of, some of these guys aren't in the best opportunities, and we're not getting that to see it as much as we would like.